What's up, guys? This is Gabe from SNP Innovations, and we're going to do a quick update. Today is Friday, May 22nd. Means that 1 week from today we'll be in Long Beach, California. Hopefully exactly about this time or shortly after this time we'll be in ToyotaFest. We'll be setting up our vendor booth. We'll kind of be unloading the vehicles and stuff like that and get everything set up. So we're excited. We're excited for ToyotaFest, but also got a lot of work to do. We've been working a lot of late nights and kind of helping get things prepared and ready for it. Working on our F350, working on the red Tacoma. F350 is a truck we tow with. Hasn't ran in a year. We really haven't taken it last year just because I decided to try to upgrade the turbo and got midway through it, ran out of time. I never have time to work on my own stuff. It's always everything else. So this year I made a big push to try to get the turbo on it. John came in for a couple days on the weekend. It really helped me to get the turbo in it. And some of that stuff is a two-man job, up on top and bottom, whatever else. But it was a lot of work. But we got the F350 up and running. The work truck for the 3RZ supercharger engine build deal. We had to put a fuel tank in that thing last week, and a fuel pump and a fuel tank. The fuel tank's actually caved in on the bottom. Super weird how somebody did this. The gas tank was actually caved in, and it was like this before Marvin actually got the truck. And you couldn't really see it because of the way the plastic liner is on the bottom, plastic skid plate. So what somebody did is they did a fuel pump on it, and it wouldn't go down all the way, it wouldn't seat. So they just took the supporting bracket, bent it at a 45-degree angle, hooked the fuel pump up and just let it hang with the spring clamps, not even hose clamps. I don't know, it's more balls than I have. But anyway, we ended up having to change the gas tank, fix the fuel pump assembly, put the new pump in it, and get everything set up and ready to go. So that turned out pretty nice. That thing's running now, but no voltage. We're having no voltage issues with it now. So I got to look at the alternator, just haven't had much time. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to walk out to the F350 here. It's grimy, it's dirty, but I love this truck. We got it up and running. Got the turbo back in it, the same one as before, so not making any turbo upgrade power. Went through and changed all the battery cable ends. All of the clamps were kind of distorted, and all the lead ones were just kind of, we couldn't clamp them down any tighter, and bolts were stripped. So we had really good success with putting these clamps on our ITB truck, our brown ITB truck. So we decided to chop all the ends off, clean them up real good, put ring terminals on all of them, and secure the batteries. Actually put battery mounts in it yesterday. First time these batteries have been bolted down since I've owned this truck. So I'm pretty happy with how well it cleaned up. Didn't change the cables, we just cleaned them up and changed all the cable ends. So this thing runs and drives. Also had to change the number 8 injector. The number 8 injector has been a problem for a long time. It's been one of those things where we'd fire it up and the engine was cold, and it would run on about 6 cylinders and 7 cylinders, and about 30 minutes later, finally number 8 would catch up. So it'll take a while for all 8 squirrels to catch up. Finally got an injector put in it. Fires up, runs on 8 cylinders. First time it's done that since I've owned it too. So, all right, so let's go take a look at David Ramirez's Tacoma. Oh yeah, our 4Runner. We took this thing to El Mirage last week, which is why it's still dirty. Killer fuel mileage on this thing coming home. We're gonna do a video on this one, way over 20 miles to the gallon. So as a matter of fact, the fuel light is on right now. I haven't even taken it to the fuel station to gas it up. I need to fill it up, see what the mileage is, and that's gonna be a future video, so keep an eye on that. It's gonna be crazy fuel mileage. Can't believe how much fuel mileage we had. But right before we went to El Mirage, we put brand new tires on it because we had some tires that were coming apart. We've also had a differential issue that we've been fighting with for probably the last couple of years. Well, on the way home, I was doing about 85, 90. I know I'm not supposed to do that on the differential. It's already howling. I'm not supposed to do that on the differential. It's already making some noise, a little bit of vibration. What can I say? I like to get home in a hurry. So unfortunately, we ended up having to get into a real violent shake situation. I had to pull over, let the differential cool down, set the cruise control at 70 miles an hour, and just kind of cruise it home. So we got to do a differential on this weekend because this is going to ToyotaFest. It's not going to be in a booth. It's not going to be in a show, but we do have a Haltech in it. We do use it for hauling stuff. So whatever doesn't go in the back of that truck, as far as like our tables, our tent, all of our display items. The rest of it would go into this thing, so that'd be cool. And the ITB truck, our brown ITB truck, is not going this year. We didn't really plan on bringing it this year. We always bring it every year. Took it to JCCS. We did the mini truck revival downtown LA thing. That was super cool. And did a couple other shows with this truck, and this will be the first time with it not going. And it kind of bums me out a little bit, to be honest with you. This truck is so iconic and has done well for us, but got a couple things. The clear coat's just not working out well, so we need to re-clear the clear coat. The dash cap, we actually don't drive this thing much anymore because this dash cap just rattles so much. It's annoying. So I'm gonna redo the dash. We got to re-clear it. I'm probably gonna end up I've been trying to save this trim, and I have some trim pieces, but you got to redo the windshield, and put all the clips back in. And honestly, I'm probably just gonna put a new windshield in it and put some rubber molding in it. Kind of over it. Been fighting with that for a long time. It's just, that's where it ends up. So we did try changing up some wheels and putting some center lines on it, but we did a social media post on Instagram and let everybody vote, and everybody voted on the Crown Vics, so the Crown Vics are back on it. That, and I've been talking about turboing it for a long time, and I've got almost everything we need. The one key component that we're missing before we can turbo it, we have just about everything. The main component that we're missing is time. Working late, getting orders done, working late, working on customers' rides, working late on everything else. I have no time to work on my own personal vehicles or the shop truck or anything like that. Time, that's what I'm missing. So as soon as we can get some time, the way I feel about this whole situation is that we take it to events, people love it, they love the ITBs, but we really need to step up our game. And I think the turbo situation is going to be something that we do the turbo, people are going to love it forever. And I think people already love this truck forever, but we need to do something different. So unfortunately, this truck is not going to Toyotafest. I thought about trying to put it out in the car show area, just not in a booth. But we don't have enough tow vehicles where we can tow this and the Tacoma down. So we're kind of short on what we have. That we kind of loaned our ECU over to Hermes. Hermes is up in Kingman, Arizona. He's been doing the 2RZ swap. Not sure if you guys saw that. He's got a black drift truck he's been building, 22R. I think it's a 91. Ripped the 22R engine out a couple Sundays ago. He came in first thing in the morning. We spent all day diagnosing it, doing a leak down test, compression test, bore scoping it, and found that 2 cylinders just had horrible leak down. So at that point, he committed to doing a full-on 2RZ swap. So as a matter of fact, he's coming in this weekend. We're gonna help him finish the 2RZ ECU and harness and stuff. I didn't have an ECU in stock because a lot of the ECUs and widebands have been on back order for a very long time, which has been slowing down a lot of our orders. Customers place orders, and some of it's been just, we're behind on building harnesses, but some of it's been waiting for ECUs and widebands, and unfortunately, we're still waiting for ECUs and widebands. So I end up having to steal the ECU out of this so we can put it in Hermes' truck so we can get him ready, because he's going to be in Toyotafest as well. So it's looking like right now at this point we're going to have the red truck in our booth, and we're going to have the yellow Ben Davis's 76 Hilux with a camper shell, and then he's got the trailer which has the same style bell and camper shell on it. Super neat ride. Both of those are going to be in our booth this year. I was trying to find a way we can put 3 vehicles in our booth and put the drift truck in there too, but I don't think we can manage that this year. That would be super cool, because that's such a neat truck, and Hermes has been doing a lot of videos on that thing, trying to get more momentum rolling on the 2RZ market for us. He's been helping us out with a lot of marketing on that thing, but he's been getting a lot of viewers on that thing. I think since he hasn't posted in a long time, the only thing he's been posting is just the 2RZ swap. I think he ended up around 100,000 views combined with all the videos he's done on Instagram so far. So that's a lot. That's a lot. So big shout out to Hermes over at Slum Society. Super cool guys. As a matter of fact, I think they're going to be here tomorrow. They're doing some video stuff, doing the IC7. I think we're going to help them do the IC7, just finalize it here in the shop. So, all right, the grand finale. We've got David Ramirez's Tacoma. We're trying to get David Ramirez here to Toyotafest so he can see the truck at Toyota Fest, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen. We're going to get with Burbs Polishing probably sometime this coming up week, and we will have them polish up the intake manifold, the intercooler piping, and polish the wheels, and kind of go through and give it a polish. We've got the detail guy going to be here, I think Wednesday morning, Tuesday morning or Wednesday morning. I have to check my calendar, and he's going to go through and give it a full, complete detail. We're going to get this truck nice and shiny and ready for the show. Got a lot of work to do, but so far this is what we've done. We had Nate from Yoda Mob, local guy here, came in. He built this bracket for us so we can mount the transmission dipstick. Remember, this has that 2-speed powered light in it from Mike's transmission, so that's what's in it now. We haven't put any fluid in it. Get ready to put some fluid in it. So we got the transmission mount, dipstick tube mount done. He put the turbo pipes on, the down pipe, up pipe, so it should be clear enough to where it clears the hood. John here is doing the camera stuff. Super thanks to John. He went through and cleaned up the inside and got rid of some of the carbon around here yesterday or the day before, so that came out pretty clean. One of the other things we did was the proportioning valve. Remember, we did the 8.8 differential swap on this. So it had disc brakes in the front, drum brakes in the back. Then it's got that load sensitive proportioning valve in the rear, and we did the 8.8, so we deleted all of that stuff and removed that second brake line, which does a proportioning valve, comes back into the front brakes or vice versa, applying more brake to the rear as it gets more weight. So we got rid of all that, modified the lines in the back. All that stuff is done. I think we still need to make one bracket, but otherwise right now it's good for the show. We got the proportioning valve in there because it's now got disc brakes on the rear. We got brake fluid in it. We bled all the brakes, and the brakes work beautiful now, super nice and firm. What else did we do? So we did that. Oh, drained all the fuel out of it. So with the transmission swap and a new wiring and a bunch of other stuff and a differential and the Caltrax, we've been very busy on this truck. So it's been sitting for a couple years with 91 octane in it. It has been sitting inside the shop, so that's nice, but that's only nice 5 days a week when we got the swamp cooler on, keeping it cool in the summertime. And the fuel out here in Havasu deteriorates horribly in the summertime. The heat just kind of, it can sit for 3 months in the summer in your garage, and it's just horrible fuel. So we pulled the injectors out, put them on the flow bench, made sure that all the injectors flowed all nice and even, and everything was beautiful there. So luckily we didn't try to run it. We didn't do anything. So yesterday we had it up in the air. Yesterday, the day before, I had it up in the air. Pulled the fuel line off. It's got 2 fuel pumps in it. Energized the secondary pump so we can suck all the fuel out. And then we found that the feed line was leaking. So I'm glad we found that now. Otherwise, we've been trying to struggling to do this, getting it on the trailer come Toyota Fest. So I ended up having to build a new fuel line for it. Number 8 braided, dash 8 hose. Got all that situated. Got the fuel tank drained. Got the injectors back in it. So just got to put some fresh fuel in it, fire it up, and get it running. So yeah, that's pretty much it. What we got next on this is going to be just finishing up the wiring. It's going to be plugging in the coils, rerouting the harness a little bit cleaner. The ECU is somewhat mounted in there, so I got to get power supply to the ECU. I got to get the fuel pump output for the second or the original primary pump, and then we're gonna put some fluid in it. We'll probably put some fluid in it today, and I got some engine stuff I got to do for Dr. Ramos, and I don't know if I'll have time to do some wiring on this, but at some point I'm gonna have to, because this has got to run and drive. So everything else will have to wait, unfortunately. So that's the update of where we're at. So on that note, there, you guys call up and looking for some tuning next week. It will not be available. We're thrashing, you know, we're doing our best, and we've been working late nights and weekends and everything. We've been thrashing for a very long time, and we have to take care of what's important to us right now. Our most important top priority is Toyota Fest. So we push all of our tuning back until after Toyota Fest. You need any tuning done, hit up John, go through the website, schedule it that way. If you need some tech support, that's a different story. If you bought a kit, you can't get the fire and run, or you're having some technical issues, give us a holler. We'll see if we can help you out real quick. We don't want to leave anybody stranded, but please understand, we all have needs, but we need to be at Toyota Fest. We have a lot of money invested in this. This is our biggest event of the year, and we have to make that a priority. So it's nothing against our customers. Just understand that every now and then, once a year, we got to do something for us, and this is the most important event of our year. So please respect that. I appreciate you all. I am grateful and blessed that we have a lot of really good customers. And the percentage, I had this conversation last night, that the percentage of customers that we have that don't have attitudes, don't have issues, that are very open, easygoing, huge percentage. I mean, we're talking 90, 95%. Where I tuned on boats and stuff like that, and it's the other way. 90, 95% of those customers are pissed off and grouchy, and they want anything cheap, and they got a $750,000 boat, but it's a different world. So I'm very grateful and blessed. Thank you all my customers. Thank you everybody for your time and patience. I appreciate everything you guys do. So don't forget, and don't think that we don't appreciate you. We really do. Thank you very much. So so that's it. That's what we have. That's the recap. We're gonna have this red truck in our booth. We're gonna have Ben Davis in our booth with the yellow Hilux and a trailer. Hermes is gonna be there, hopefully real close to our booth. We're gonna have our products on display. So we'll have our IETBs on display, our multi-coil kit, all of our harnesses, most of our harnesses anyway, our adapter harnesses and stuff like that. So swing by the booth, come say hi, give me a thumbs up, not a middle finger, that'd be cool. And don't forget to come see all the guys that's at the booth. You know, come see Ben, hang out with him. He's a super neat guy. Go by, see Hermes in his black drift truck. Everybody's gonna love that truck. All right, so that's about it for the shop update. Please don't forget to do all the stalker stuff, like, follow, subscribe, do all that cool stuff. We need that. So thank you guys very much for all the ones that have been doing that. Following us for a long time. We get a lot of Facebook messages and videos and stuff like that, and phone calls, and guys are saying, hey, you know, I saw YouTube videos. So thank you guys, appreciate it. Like, follow, subscribe, share it, all that cool stuff. So until then, see you guys soon, or see you at Toyota Fest. Thanks guys, have a great rest of your day.